Most people think they're lazy because they don't feel motivated anymore. But what if the problem isn't motivation at all? What if your body has quietly shifted into survival mode and you've been living there for years without realizing it? Because once that happens, everything changes. Your energy changes. Your cravings change. Your sleep changes. Your focus changes. Even your ability to burn fat starts to change. And the scary part is, modern life pushes people into this state so slowly that most never notice it happening. But by the end of this video, you'll understand the pattern that keeps millions of people tired, foggy, unmotivated, and stuck in the same body year after year. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
A lot of people wake up already exhausted now. Not because they're weak, not because they lack discipline, but because their body never truly feels safe enough to recover. Coffee to wake up, stress all day, constant notifications, processed food, late night scrolling, poor sleep, repeat. And after a while, your body stops prioritizing performance. It starts prioritizing survival. If you like simple, straight-to-the-point videos like this, hit like. It helps more than you think.
The first mistake most people make is thinking survival mode feels dramatic, like panic, or breakdowns, or extreme stress. But most of the time, it feels normal. That's what makes it dangerous. Because survival mode today doesn't look like running from predators. It looks like waking up tired, craving sugar constantly, feeling mentally foggy, never fully recovering, needing caffeine just to feel functional. Your body adapts to whatever environment you repeatedly give it. And if your environment constantly signals stress, your body starts conserving energy instead of creating it. That's why so many people feel lazy after work, even if they barely moved physically all day. Their nervous system is overloaded. And here's where it gets worse. Most people try to solve this with more stimulation, more caffeine, more pre-workout, more sugar, more scrolling, more dopamine hits. But that's like flooring the gas pedal while the engine is overheating. It works temporarily. Then things get worse later. Because stimulation is not the same thing as real energy. Real energy comes from recovery. And modern life destroys recovery in ways most people never think about.
For example, your brain was never designed to process constant input all day long. Messages, emails, videos, short-form content, noise, artificial light, endless decisions. Your brain never gets silence anymore. And when your brain stays overstimulated for long enough, your body starts treating normal life like low-grade danger. That changes hormones, sleep quality, appetite, even fat storage, especially around the stomach. Because survival mode makes the body prioritize short-term survival over long-term health. And this is where most people get confused. They think the answer is just trying harder, more discipline, more willpower, more motivation. But survival mode reduces your capacity before it reduces your effort. That's why exhausted people often feel guilty for being tired. They think, I should be able to do more. But their body is already operating with the brakes on. And you can actually see this pattern in everyday habits. People stay up late even when exhausted. They eat when they're not hungry. They scroll even when they want to sleep. They feel restless while doing nothing. That's not laziness. That's dysregulation. Their body has forgotten how to slow down. If this is helping you connect the dots, consider subscribing, because the next part is where most people completely misunderstand what recovery actually means.
And the longer this continues, the more disconnected people become from real physical signals. They stop noticing real hunger, real fatigue, real recovery. Everything becomes artificial. Artificial stimulation, artificial energy, artificial relaxation. Which is why so many people feel tired and wired at the same time. And this is also why belly fat becomes so stubborn, because your body does not feel safe enough to fully let go of stored energy. Think about it. If your nervous system constantly perceives stress, your body becomes more protective, more conservative. It starts saying, we might need this energy later. So instead of efficiently burning fuel, the body becomes better at storing it, especially when stress and constant eating happen together. And modern eating patterns make this even worse. Most people never stop eating now. Coffee with sugar, snack, energy drink, processed lunch, something sweet in the afternoon, late night eating. Their body never gets a break. Insulin stays elevated constantly. Energy crashes harder. Cravings increase. Mental fog increases. Then people blame themselves for lacking discipline, when in reality, their biology is reacting exactly the way it was designed to.
Here's where things become deeper. Most people think recovery means entertainment. Watching something, scrolling, lying on the couch, distracting themselves. But that's not true recovery. That's stimulation disguised as rest. Real recovery is when your nervous system finally stops preparing for threats. And for many adults now, that almost never happens, even at night. Think about how many people fall asleep with a screen inches from their face. Bright light, constant information, emotional stimulation. Then they wonder why they wake up exhausted. Your body needs signals of safety to fully recover. Darkness, stillness, consistency, movement, real sleep, moments without constant input. But modern life removes almost all of those things. And after years of this, people start identifying with the symptoms. I'm just lazy. I'm getting older. My metabolism is slow. But often, the body is simply adapting to chronic overload.
Now here's the part almost nobody talks about. Survival mode doesn't only affect energy, it changes behavior. Because when your brain feels overwhelmed for long enough, it starts prioritizing immediate comfort over long-term goals. That's why stressed people crave ultra-processed food, why exhausted people procrastinate, why overwhelmed people seek endless distraction. Your brain is trying to reduce discomfort quickly, not because you're weak, because your system is overloaded. And companies understand this extremely well. Modern apps, modern food, modern entertainment, they're all designed to keep you stimulated enough to come back again tomorrow. More scrolling, more snacking, more dopamine, more consumption. Meanwhile, your ability to sit still, focus deeply, and feel naturally energized slowly disappears. And this creates a brutal cycle. The worse people feel, the more stimulation they seek. And the more stimulation they seek, the worse they feel later. That cycle can continue for years, sometimes decades, until people genuinely forget what normal energy even feels like. But this final part is the real shift. Because escaping survival mode is not about becoming extreme. It's not about suffering more, or punishing yourself, or becoming obsessed with optimization. It starts by removing the signals telling your body that life is constant stress. That's the part most people miss. Your body listens to patterns more than intentions. You can say you want energy. You can say you want fat loss. You can say you want discipline. But if your daily patterns constantly communicate chaos, your body will continue adapting to chaos. And small signals matter more than people think. Going outside early in the morning, sleeping at a consistent time, eating fewer ultra-processed foods, walking more, reducing constant stimulation, giving your brain silence again. These things seem simple, but biologically, they tell your body, you are safe enough to recover now. And once your body starts feeling safe again, energy starts changing naturally. Cravings calm down. Sleep improves. Focus improves. Fat loss becomes easier. Motivation slowly returns. Not because you forced yourself harder, because your system stopped fighting for survival. That's the shift. Most people are trying to build discipline on top of exhaustion, trying to force productivity from a body that never fully recovers, trying to create motivation inside an environment that constantly drains them. And eventually, the body pushes back. Not all at once, quietly, through fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, low motivation, poor sleep, constant cravings. So if you've been feeling lazy lately, Maybe the real problem is that your body has been stuck in survival mode for far too long. And the longer you stay there, the more normal it starts to feel. But normal doesn't mean healthy. And once you recognize the pattern, you start realizing something powerful. Your body is not trying to punish you. It's trying to protect you.
If this helped you see things differently, hit like and subscribe. Most people are still trying to solve this the wrong way.